They say never cross your feet in boxing. And in teaching beginners, that's the one thing I see. They fail to maintain that space between their feet. But yet, that's one rule that you break when you do the Lomachenko shuffle, or the Kenny Weldon bump, the Customato, whatever you want to call it, shake, the shake he used to call it. So it's a very unconventional move that comes from this inside fighting school. And you're either going to use it when you're way on the inside, you got your hand pinned against the guy or wrapped around him, or when you're way on the outside and you can break the rules and kind of kick one leg into the other and maybe use it to get a little bit of an angle, either coming in or coming out, or just coming in and around as Tyson used to do. So, like I said, you don't want to use this at mid-range, and you want to use this pretty much out of a peekaboo stance when you're already inside, when you're not outside range fighting, when you're inside squared up, looking for that knockout shot. And maybe even have a post or a frame of reference, a collar tie, something, some way of gauging whether the other person is in striking range or not. Because if you use this in mid-range, it's going to be lethal. Think about Jose Aldo and him trying to use that peekaboo style. Jose knocked out so many people with that. And yet, what did he have to do? Run into Conor McGregor, who was just an excellent range boxer, who knew how to pick apart that peekaboo style. When you're driving and throwing that Jose Aldo knockout power, he practiced for it. He made his chin a target. He was doing it backstage, just like Nick Diaz used to do all the time. So I'm doing this in Strikeforce and stadiums all the time. Just sleep, guys. Make a target and then move out of the way. Make a target, move out of the way. Make a target, if the guy doesn't hit it, then you come in. Very primitive, but very effective, which is how fighters like this manage to stay in the pocket, guys like Nick Diaz, and actually not take a lot of damage, which is brilliant, which is the whole idea of this type of infighting. It's not in battling. The idea isn't that you're going to take a shot. The idea is that you're going to defend the shot, make the guy overcommit, use your head, use your shoulders, use all these points of the body to control him, as opposed to outside boxing, where you're just using range, distance, and timing. So coaches much better than me, fighters much better than me, guys like Kenny Weldon used to say, boxing is hitting the opponent at maximum distance with maximum power while not getting hit. Rest in peace, man. Guys like that are who I stand on the shoulders of, and precision striking, all these guys, we got to pay respect to those old school master coaches like Kenny Weldon. I'm trying to make fun of him. I love the guy. He's the one who taught me what this kind of bump and Lomachenko shuffle is. It's not simply a sidestep. It's head movement and then a further angulation, a further safety lead to take yourself off, angle-wise, to take yourself off of the line of attack. So it's a very effective move, but a very unconventional move. God knows how Lomachenko got it named after him. So many fighters use it, and it's highly effective. It's just a bump or a skip step or a shuffle that you can use on the inside when you move your head and bump one foot into the other, or slip your head this way and kind of skip one foot into the other. But again, you're not going to give up height when you do it. You're going to keep your height. You're just slipping and skipping, but not skipping straight. You're slipping and skipping at an angle. Even this way, slipping and skipping at an angle so that you're getting off the line of attack. Very scientific principle. And there's a bunch of ways you can use it. Off of rolls, off of slips, off of pivots, to totally control the guy on the inside without even touching it. If you're good enough, you can spar like Anderson Silva with both hands down and still light the guy up. But I don't suggest that. I don't recommend that, especially if you're going to use a Lomachenko shuffle. Keep your hands near your temples, even if you got them near your face, like my old coach Andy Nance taught me. Freddie Roach used to say as well, occasionally reset, close the gates, and remember, this is infighting. Freddie Roach used to scream at us all the time, get outside the pocket. Like, people don't realize what a defensive scientific master he was, simply because he taught, every fighter just really precise, airtight defense, which was predicated on the idea of a pocket, which is the shape both your feet make going toward a center line and both of the opponent's feet make, kind of like the shape of a kite in which you can both reach each other. It's the danger zone. All you really have to do is take an angle step out of it in any direction, as opposed to just straight back, and you already have your opponent so far off balance, because we're doing this while we're moving and punching. So it's different than just walking around the balance.